Yo, what up, YouTube? Once again, it's your boy BP, Big Pat, my cousin JoJo, aka Lumpy Joe, and we are back for a day after episode of
The
Safety
safety
Meeting.
meeting.
So, to everybody who made it through the holidays, we salute you. We're here. We're doing it again.
I barely made it. I was crawling across the finish line there, man.
Did you have a good Christmas, Joe?
I had a Christmas,
That's all that matters. Same here.
right?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. There's a
Me and
lot of stuff to
Krampus
be talked
chilled with.
about.
Me and Krampus chilled and kicked it.
You and Krampus.
Yep.
Is that what you call him on a first name basis? Do you call him Krampus, or do you call him Mister Krampus, or Ho Krampus, or what do you got a first name basis with him,
I
or
call it. I mean, personally, I call him Crampy.
Crampy?
Yeah, Crampy. Like, what's up, Crampy? How you doing? Pisses him off, but
Kind of makes me think of something else.
I mean, he is a pretty shitty person.
Eh, I guess so. So I was reading this article today, and it made me kind of start thinking a little bit. So the article was about cats, right? And many people
Ultimate
don't know.
predator.
I actually have a cat. I know the people that know me personally. I said I would never have one, but yet here we are. And so they say that the
I'm a
cats
boy,
are
Blue.
the they could be potentially the protectors of the universe. Um, I think there could be something to that. What do you think? I don't know.
Well, let's put it like this: cats, ultimate predator, 100%. The only reason why we actually domesticated them, because if we didn't, they would have wiped out all of our children. Well, good portion of them, because they were. And if you ever notice, I personally think that witches kept cats to keep spirits away. Like, they sense shit, and they will guard a room because they sense the presence. I mean, I believe in ghosts 100%. So,
So I mean, if you think about it, cats have been preserved in our history, in Middle Eastern history, um, all these different chapters and different historic events that happen through life. Like for example, Cleopatra was buried with her cat,
I mean, shit.
and some people believe that cats, yeah, because cats have that natural ability to look at any sort of imminent sense of danger and tackle it head on. It doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly.
Whereas, like a dog, even though dogs are man's best friend, a dog will think before he acts. And sometimes it may be a second too late or it may be a second too early. And then suddenly a dog's got a bad name for itself because it might have bit somebody.
I mean, look at it with like the ancient Egyptians. They knew, like they had a fascination with cats. Also, they had plenty of their gods, like their facial features were cat-like. The Sphinx is a huge cat with a very human body. Like they were also obsessed with birds and the sky and the sun. But cats played a big part in Egypt, and I think that's something that's underlooked by people, especially in
What
ancient
was it that,
China. Ancient China
what
cats are
was,
really big too.
what was that movie? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep,
Where Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury was holding that one cat who was an alien, and everybody's like, "Don't mess around with this thing." And then, by the end of the movie, it accidentally took his eye.
exactly. Ultimate Predator.
I mean, in a nonchalant way, right? It seems like people who make movies,
They try to
even
tell
if
you
they're
the truth.
fictional, right? Even though they're fictional, they try to add a little bit of truth to it, a little bit of this and a little element of that. And I think that's their way of saying that this is bound to happen. Only if you're paying attention will you realize the message.
Like the Simpsons
usually
guy.
the message, yeah, like the Simpsons guy, usually that message is decoded, 50 years after said event or whatever, and they're like, these people said this back then that it was going to happen or
But see, how do we really know that?
whatever.
It took us that long to
Right.
decode the message, so no one is no longer speaking it. Like, like when they come back with texts that have been lost for thousands of years, how are you going to accurately decode them? There's no one around that speaks ancient Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think
If that
that
was
the
if that was
oldest.
even really the native tongue.
Yeah, well, I mean, or better yet, let's say that the tablets that were found were Sumerian tablets. Who the hell that speaks ancient Sumerian or Babylonian? I don't know anybody. Like, so
No,
how are you gonna accurately decode that tablet? Like, you can't. You can just do it to the
I have a
best
hard
of your
time speaking
knowledge.
English most of the time.
Exactly. Which English is just nothing more than a cast of spells. In my honest opinion, like there's plenty of other YouTube videos on here about that too. It's a made up language.
There, and there.
And I always heard growing up that the devil's a tricky bastard. He'll get you any way he can. Why not infuse himself into people's language? You're always casting the spells to me, and you're doing it not even knowing. That's the greatest way to get somebody.
Yeah.
But that's the greatest misconception. That's not how you end up going to hell. You end up going to hell because you sinned for something that you know is wrong, and you
Right.
have no intention of being remorseful for that act. So, i.e.,
Or asking for forgiveness or
well, no. I mean, if you ask for forgiveness afterwards and you truly mean it, that's different. It's when you kill somebody, right? I'm just using murder as a stand-in sin.
a
Like, if
reference.
yeah, it goes for any sin. Let's say you kill
Right.
somebody. Let's say you kill somebody. You planned on doing it. You have no remorse for doing it, and you knew that what you did was wrong. That's an unforgivable sin. Now, if you kill somebody, you planned on doing it, but afterwards you end up finding remorse in the situation and feeling guilty and like honest, like, you know, repentance is, I guess, the best word to look for, then that's forgivable. At least in a way that I'm to understand it. I might be wrong, but that's the way I understand it.
Right.
Like, it's just best way to make sense to me. Because you can't go down and say thou shalt not kill, right? Because that's too vague. Like, because if you kill that horse over there or that cow and you eat the cow, like, you needed that to survive, but you still killed it. And if someone comes at me and they're trying to kill me and my family and I kill you to protect us, I still killed you, but that's a sin. I'm supposed to let us all die.
Yeah, right. Who really says it's better and it's more acceptable to say you killed somebody in self-defense or in cold blood?
Exactly.
It's still the same act. It's just how you got to that point is different. The backstory.
Like,
Where
so
you sign up, like say you go to the military, okay? So now you can go on record and for the next 4 years or 8 years, whatever you choose to do, you basically have that, I don't know. See, when you start talking about ethics, okay, and like the moral code of being a good human being, like everything, there's always that great divide. There's always that line drawn in the sand about what's good or what's bad, what's right or what's wrong, what's bad or indifferent, or you know what I mean?
yeah,
So like when I think it comes to serving in the military, you're doing the people of your country a justice by defending them, but it's almost as if you're given a pass to go carry out God's will.
Now, here's my question. Here's how I look at
This
it.
might be a touchy one. I know people don't like to talk about the military.
Like,
And I'm
I
not
got
trying to say anything in a
now,
negative sense. I love our military and I love what they do for us and how they respond for us and they take care of us and protect us. So
100%
just
agree
throwing
with
that
you
out
on
there,
that.
people.
I have no problem with the military themselves. All I'm stating is the concept of it on this one, right? Just playing devil's advocate. So let's say, do we need protecting because of the military, or do we need protecting because we're weak enough, we're not strong enough to protect ourselves? Because you know, what I mean, there's two sides of that coin. Like, because we don't start these dramas with Russia. Have you personally pissed off Putin? Have you done anything to piss him off? Have you sent him emails or anything like that? Or like, you know,
I
the
mean,
guy in
not
North
lately.
Korea? Like, we don't, me and you as the average person don't necessarily start these issues or these wars, but we have to feel the repercussions of them either way, both sides of it. You know what I mean, this is also going for the people in other countries. Like when their people go into war and win, lose, or draw, they feel the real repercussions of that. So doesn't the military. Like, I 100% feel you guys. You guys are sending your brothers in arms home. Like, you're, I would feel just as fucked up if pissed off if you feel pissed off right now. Like if I was you, more than likely. But this is just my standpoint. This is why I never joined the military.
I think the purpose of the military is to ensure that the people of our home, for the people of our habitat, uh, we can stay safe from other worldly, you know,
I,
enemies potentially.
I get it.
Like
Like,
I understand its purpose,
I'm not.
and
Listen,
but there
I,
are some things I think that you know shouldn't exist. I don't believe in every aspect of your life you should have order. Um, People should be free to live and choose and die however they wish.
you
Like
want to
that
know
should
how?
just be right. When you were born, you were given a right to live, and as the years go by and as decades go by and generations go by, the quality of life has really gone down. You know what I mean?
No, I get you.
Life as a whole, it can be prosperous, uh, and in those moments where you'd like to go celebrate, you got somebody always saying you can't. You got somebody telling you what you should or shouldn't do.
I mean,
You
just
always
because
have laws, and these
just because
laws.
someone else says not to do it doesn't mean you ain't got to do it. Something's only legal, A, if you get caught for it, and B, if there's only someone there to see you do it. You know what I mean? Like stop signs. Stop signs are suggestions. If there's no one at the intersection and there's no cops around, what's the sense of stopping?
I always heard that the white bordered stop signs were the ones that were optional.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but
I mean, this is
I've
all
been
just
driving for a long time, and
basis as opinion. I mean, by law,
yeah,
none of them are optional. But you know, what I mean, I'm just being a dick here. Like, if what's like, let's be honest. If you're in a zombie apocalypse and there's no one else on the fucking road and you're driving down the street, and you see the stop sign. Do you know how many people in this world are still going to stop?
true.
Because it's entwined to them that they have to stop at that stop sign.
Yeah,
Like, it's fucking twisted. Like, it's not even illegal for you not to stop at the side stop sign. Think about it. It's not that you can't go to
but
jail for it.
I've been pulled over because I
Yeah,
came to a rolling stop.
yeah. They could pull you over for it, but it still doesn't make it illegal. They pull you over for things that aren't illegal all the time. They pull you over for things that are unlawful, or they're a traveling violation. That's what not stopping at a stop sign is. It's a traveling violation.
Moving violation. Yeah.
Yeah. And if there's any cops out there and you think I'm wrong, come on in the comments and we can argue about it. And then when you pull me over, we can argue about it, and that's all right. Because that's what this world is, man. I got a voice. I'm gonna let you hear it, man. That's my opinion. Like, like personally, I feel if we're gonna defend our country, everyone should be defending our country.
Right. We should be defending our country together.
That's how this country was founded. You know what I'm
We don't
saying?
take the. We're not. Yeah.
That's why no one mess with Switzerland. You mess with Switzerland, you got to mess with every man that's over the age of 18.
They are united.
Exactly.
You. See, it's kind of funny. Is I was talking about. We're talking about Switzerland during dinner this evening. Me and the girls were, and just changing, swapping stories about things that about Switzerland. And the reason why their country, I believe, has been able to be so successful is because they understand that the world is ever changing, and in order to change, you have to adapt. And
Yep.
sometimes, and by adapting, you have to take new paths. You have to start new directions, create new initiatives, create a new plan, because whatever's working is whatever it was what you thought was working isn't working anymore. So what they do? They went and bought their freedom, right? They bought their freedom. They repaid all debts from any outside or banks. So they removed themselves from the centralized banking system. That's the capital of our world right now.
Right.
So because of that, they were able to buy their freedom. And you know what I haven't like continued to look into it, but like they don't call themselves, aristocrats or bureaucrats or a monarch or a parliament or a democracy or a republic. They don't label themselves like that. They
You
they
shouldn't.
are the people of Switzerland.
That's falsely created division that gets you to argue about something that does not matter. That's what they want. They want us to be
Right.
divided, which is funny because we're called the United States, but they want us divided. Like me and
Right.
you, by all rights and accounts, me and you should not, in their eyes, should not get along. We have a clear difference of the fact of I'm mixed and you're white.
Well, I'm mixed white, but I understand what you're saying.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the way they want it. They want a clear division. You know, they want it to be that poor people don't associate with rich people because we need that clear division. We need them to argue within amongst each other so that they don't see the bullshit that's laid out in front of them. Like this fucking, like the car bombing in Nashville. That yesterday, there was everybody talking about how there was evictions or evacuations, and you had people that posted stuff on social media who had the video evidence of the radio broadcast being going out and then the fucking car blowing up. Like all the apartments were evicted. There was no one else out there that got hurt, but now it's suddenly a suicide bomber. What kind of suicide bomber goes to an area that doesn't have anybody in it? Why wouldn't you go in front of a federal building, a courthouse?
Blow up some shit at 6 a.m.
Yeah, you blow up some shit at 6 a.m. and it's not even really like, I understand people live there and but it's not anything necessarily important. Like you didn't blow up anything big.
And who was it? If they were a suicide bomber, they should have some sort of
Exactly. There's
dental record, something.
some kind of DNA there. Most suicide bombers leave like notes and reasons for why they committed suicide. So if it was that type of suicide bomber,
So it's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction because what happened the day before? The day before Christmas, or maybe it was 2 days before Christmas, they finally had evidence of one dead person who voted in the election. Granted, it's just one person. And guys, I'm one of those people. I don't think doesn't matter who won the election. We were going to be in the same situation. But they finally have the evidence that the voter fraud happened. Now you have video evidence of Biden talking about how they have the greatest world's establishment for voter fraud in the world, and they've had it since Obama. Like, the video is on YouTube. It is like a news interview. He clearly said
Is it
it.
real?
From what I seen, it looked pretty fucking real.
I have not seen that video, so I have no
You know
idea
what I
what you're
mean?
talking about.
But I'm not a computer expert. I can't sit here and look at a video and be like, oh no, that's CGI. That's not the real. But Joe Biden, you know, it looked like the real Joe Biden. He fucked up his words like the real Joe Biden. It seemed pretty authentic. And so not only are you saying that you have an establishment created that creates voter fraud, but you've been doing it since Obama, like, which I don't believe Obama had to fake his victory. There was a lot of people behind Obama. There was a lot of people that had never voted and would have never voted in their life, purposely went out and voted just for Obama. And
Right.
I voted for Obama. I think he was a good president. Like, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Like he did.
the
He did
fact
some
that he
things
was the
that were
first
great.
African American president was history making.
Yeah.
No denying that. But a lot of shady shit happened during his tenure, and
A lot of shady
Trump did
shit
his best
happens
to try
during
to.
everybody's tenure. Look
Yeah.
at Trump right now. He's
That is
pardoning
true.
everybody because he knows his time's limited. So he's saying, you know what? I'm gonna take care of me, which I respect that. Like, you got no other play right now. You might as well do it. Protect yourself. Because you're protecting yourself in the fact that all of these people can talk about whatever it is you don't want out. It's probably that he's on these Epstein logs. Wouldn't doubt it. Like, I can't wait to see what those.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? And you're giving everybody the opportunity to do their research and are able to form their own opinion, which
That's
is
what they should
ultimately
do.
which I'm saying, but it's ultimately their greatest demise. What they thought by locking us in our houses and making us scared to go outside and in public, that they could do whatever they want at their leisure, but it doesn't work that way. Because first and foremost, you have a population of stupid people, and stupid people are everywhere. Because there's that balance in life. For every person doing good things, there's always a person doing bad things.
All of us are stupid, though.
You know, for every person that saves a life, someone takes a life. It's just, that's the balance. That's human nature.
It's yin and yang.
But,
It has to be that way. Someone's always got to be the asshole.
So it's like, so we're gonna do what we have to do, and we're gonna figure out what's gonna go on, and you know, I think these are the times, and we're gonna take back our freedom. We have to, because no one else is going to. It has to be us. I'm not saying specifically you and me, Joe. Like, we're not gonna go save the world specifically like that, but you know what I mean. We,
Why not?
as a society, we as a people.
Why can't we save
as
the world?
Community.
Why can't we save the world? We're not too small for that. No one's too small to take the act to change the world.
True. I don't want to save the world. I just want to leave it. I want to leave little ripples.
I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. You don't get to the moon unless you shoot for the sun. Maybe you gotta shoot to change the world, to make the world a little bit better.
You gotta you get what you put in.
But see, one thing is
That's
wrong.
how the world works. That's how the balance works.
In my opinion, with the little rant you just went on, there's one thing that's wrong with that. A nation full of stupid people don't get their freedom back. A nation full of stupid people don't even fight for their freedom. That's why they want us to be stupid. I actually think we're at that precipice to where there's still more intelligent people in this country compared to stupid people.
Right.
But the numbers are going down, but we're still at a point to where it's able to happen.
If I may, I want to just touch on, when I say stupid people, by definition of stupid people, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the people who follow blindly. Those are the stupid people because there's lots of people who follow blindly, and that's dangerous when you have so many people with their eyes closed. That's dangerous for mankind. That's dangerous for, you know what I mean? Just for everyday life. You have to keep your eyes open. And just because somebody jumps on your television and on your radio or whatever it is and says, "Listen, this is it. I got it. I have all the answers. Don't worry about it." And then they leave and go fuck everybody else because you watched what you watched. You believe that you think that this guy is the answer to your solution. It's just a guy. And the difference is he's got a really good sales pitch. You got to know when somebody's trying to sell you on bullshit or when somebody's trying to be real with you.
Some of those people are just doing it off of hope,
And I
though.
like it. I like people who needs to be real.
Oh, me too. But some of those people are just doing it off of hope. Hope that something will get better. Not that they necessarily think that he's going to be the person, but they're just hoping. Like, point in fact, you know why I voted for Trump the first time around? Like, I didn't vote this last time. But the reason why I voted for Trump the first time around because I really felt like the country needed someone other than a politician. Like, I think that's the
Exactly.
biggest
Somebody
thing.
who couldn't be bought, somebody who was already established and didn't need to be the president.
Like, exactly.
But
Like,
but our country needed somebody to step up, and he chose to. Out of anybody, he chose to, and that says a you have
he
a passion
choose
for the
to,
people. You has a
or was
passion for
he,
his neighbors.
or was he the biggest, or was he the biggest pawn to do it?
No, man, this track record speaks for itself. That gentleman is not a pawn. That gentleman, he's a queen or a king. You know, I even take him for a knight, but not definitely no pawn.
I don't know, man. He might be a bishop, but
It's weird references, whatever. But I understand you, and you understand me. That's the important part.
I think the people that listen to this on a regular basis, which is probably only like 3 or 4, which love you guys. If you guys watch this on a consistent basis, you are fucking awesome. All right? Fuck the haters.
We appreciate you, and we appreciate the support and the love.
Like,
If you really like what we're doing, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
facts. Because one day, we going to be big like Pat McAfee, Joe Rogan, all of them. And we ain't going to forget about y'all. Our day ones, we ain't going to forget about y'all.
Facts.
But, see, my biggest
I
problem,
seem to be looking like I'm having video technical difficulties on my end.
I mean, if you were, I didn't see it. But you know what my biggest problem with Biden is as a president? You had 47 years in Congress to make real change. All right. Didn't happen. You win the election. Whatever. That's fine. Like I said, I think we're going to be in the same situation regardless of president. But now they want to go ahead and pass this bill. And they're sneaking all this stuff into the bill. And they're only giving us a little small portion, right? The rest of the world is giving their people several $1,000s a month. We're gonna get $600. Okay. I can't pay my rent with $600. I can feed my kids, but I can't feed my kids and pay my bills and pay my rent with $600. You know what I'm saying? So if we go to a national-wide shutdown where no one can go to work and your only money is at $600, we're all fucked. I don't got the money in the bank to live that long off of just $600
No
a month.
lube,
Yeah, no Vaseline.
no reach around, just straight
You know,
fuck.
respect to Ice Cube,
Not even a pinky.
but and then they sneak shit in there about illegal streaming and stuff like little dumb shit like they snuck something in there about how
Restoring.
they were gonna go and um, change every single name of a military base that has the name of a Confederate soldier. Like, I get it. You know, the Confederacy lost. They supported slavery. But do we really have to sneak that into a coronavirus bill? That can't be a bill on its own. We can't come up with a bill for it itself. How does that help us combat the coronavirus? Like, if anything, that's just gonna piss off a bunch of people who, you know, hold on to that Confederate lineage. Like, I'm from North Carolina, and I don't think the Confederacy lineage is cool. You lost. You guys were supporting slavery. Like, you know what I mean? Henry Berry Lowry was a lumpy. That man was known for freeing slaves. Why would I be down with rocking a Confederate flag? You know what I'm saying? Like, but why we gotta sneak it into a coronavirus bill? What does that got anything to do with coronavirus? Like, how about we sneak in
How
a
do these
stipulation?
museums need that much restoration?
Yeah, why do we need the Smithsonian be open and the National Art Gallery and all these things that are already closed? Why do they need all these billions of dollars? Like, how about you impact the country the best way possible, and that's give the American people a substantial amount of money to be able to live off a different kind of life. You have enough fucking money in
How
this
about you?
bill to give every adult American like $2 million. So, you know, just over $1 million. Like, you know how much that would change the world?
You know how much that money would do for something good and positive, like open our fucking schools. Let's figure that out. Let's figure out how to make our kids smart again and stop relying on us.
I think
We can
that
only go so far, people. We're
I think
regular
that
fucking people, just
I
like you.
I think with some people that it really is the problem though, is that a lot of these parents weren't attentive enough in their children's schooling activities to begin with. And I'm talking about those teachers, those parents that were calling their teacher talking about, why is my kid failing in this subject? Well, because you're not fucking sitting at home with him at night doing his homework. That's why. Like, I'm sorry, if my son was starting to slip in something, the first thing we do is me and him sit down with it and we do the work. And we do it like that until I think that you've made enough improvement that you can do it on your own. And then I let you see how you can do on your own. But you got to be involved in your kid's shit, man. Like, it is our responsibility, in my opinion. 100%. I'm with my kid more than the teacher is. It's not her responsibility to make sure my kid can count.
Yeah, my kid doesn't even go to school in person. She does it all online.
Yeah. And I said this in the school podcast. I think how they have your kids' school set up is fucked up. I think that they should be just like we are in virtual meetings every day and going over live lessons every day, just like you would in normal school.
Right.
Like, yeah, the kids are home. That doesn't mean you as a teacher should only have to do half the work. And that doesn't mean
Right.
you
So
as a
so
parent
let's use
should
some
only
of
have
that.
to do
Let's use
half the
some of that
work.
money then. Let's use some of that money and cycle it back into the infrastructure that is our country, starting with education.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I would accept that. I would accept if they donated $25 million or $1 billion to education. But that's, I've never read the bill. I don't know all the details in the 5,500 page fucking nonsense.
You know what I do know? They're
But
sending like
man.
$20
It's
million
just part of the
over to
distraction. It's a
Pakistan.
distraction.
They're going to send $20 million over across seas to Pakistan to cut off dicks and give people vaginas, like for gender research. I'm sorry, that's how they put it. And they're just paying
Gender
back.
research.
They're just paying back debts that they've owed. They're
Paying back debts.
That's what they're doing.
Borrowing money
So-
from somebody else to give to somebody else.
Exactly. So how much money are we really going to be into China at the end of this? Because we already owe China like what, $400 trillion or some crazy astronomical shit like that.
I have no idea. More than we should. But what
All
do I
right.
know? I don't run a country.
They
I
can't
just help
they
contribute.
they can't sell us out as American people again. And they already did that in the 30s to get us out of the Great Depression. That's the whole reason why me and you have a birth certificate with a fucking seal on it, just like they do at Wall Street. Trade stock. That's all we are. Like, so what are they going to do this time? What are you going to sell this time? And the
Our
way China's,
education, our kids' education.
is that it? Or I think China's looking for the land. Personal opinion. Because look at what they've been doing lately. They've been going out and trying to build their way to Japan so that they can reclaim Japan. They're slowly taking up that little piece of that little piece of ocean in between them and Japan. Building up places and then putting fake towns and claiming it as their part of, it's their territory.
Right? Making it out of trash.
But
That's
hey,
neither here nor there.
maybe that's really what the Star of David was supposed to be for. The Great Awakening that everybody was talking about. People really seeing the bullshit that people are trying to pull over your eyes. I think it's been coming for a while because you've always had, the crazy guy, as people would put it, that's sitting there trying to tell you Jesus is coming, the end is near, shit like that. And they've always looked at us as crazy guys.
Yeah, they're just whacked.
Like, I'm one of them. I'm one of those people that people have always looked at me like, you're just crazy, bro. Like, maybe I'm not. Like, maybe I've been trying to tell you something that's been right in front of your face, and it took looking at things outside of the box to see it. Like, just because I've been quiet for my whole life and I, got a little bit of a speech impediment, it don't mean that I'm fucking stupid. Like, I've spent a
Definitely
lot of
not.
time. I've spent a lot of
'Cause I don't
time
think
thinking about a lot of shit. And
I don't think I'd do a podcast with an idiot. I'm just throwing that out there. There's a reason for it. You and I, throughout the years, have talked about a lot of things on a spiritual level, on a personal level. We're family. That helps make it more comfortable to talk about. But I like I like your perspective. I like that. Although I think strictly outside of the box, you're like another whole box outside of me. So it's interesting, and that's why we do what we do.
that's right. Like, that's like the Simpsons guy, 100% a lizard person. We're gonna make that a whole episode, guys. Not gonna get too far into it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do an episode about the Simpsons because everybody knows something or has heard something about something. But that's at another time. Make sure to stay tuned for that one. It should be
Exactly. Do some research. That one's gonna be a fun episode. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little excited about that one.
Everybody who's watching The Simpsons, or if they haven't, they at least know who they are. They've been on the television for 30 years. So
Who played tonight, Pat? I know Arizona played.
yeah, I think it was Arizona and San Francisco, and Arizona lost.
Yep,
That's meme for it.
That's why I sent you that's why I sent you that meme of him sitting there doing this. Because they lost that. That makes perfect sense.
It's tough. Arizona's a pretty decent team, man. They got a lot of weapons. They just can't seem to figure out how to bring it all together.
It's just Kyler Murray's young. He's just young. That's all it is. And personally, I think I love him. I think he's a great wide receiver. He's just a little bit, old in the tooth now. I think they had Larry in a little bit too much. I think they should have found a real slot receiver. Because that Christian Kirk kid, he's a good outside boy, but he ain't really a slot receiver. He's a good outside deep threat. I think they should have went and drafted him a nice slot receiver.
I think Murray should work on his form More
Yes.
specifically, his footwork. You could definitely tell, like a lot of times, you don't see him squaring up to where he's throwing and planting his back foot and throwing off of his back foot. You see him stand there, take 2, 3 drops, and stand there flat footed, and just throw it like he's at practice. Y- You know, there's
He
a
plays.
science to everything. He plays
in,
backyard ball.
yeah, in my opinion, he plays with the anticipation of I'm gonna run every play, kind of like early Vic. Like you could tell when Vic first came into the league that was his plan most of the time. I'm gonna run, but in his defense, he ain't got no line. He ain't got no one to block for him, so he's got to run. And he ain't very tall, so he's got to get outside the pocket to be able to see. Because I mean, dude, you 5'10", 5'11". It's gonna be hard to see over someone that's 6'6". You know, like I'm only 5'11". I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that.
Right?
Like,
And I'm 6'5". Just imagine a wall of me standing in front of you, and you're trying to find a lane throwing the ball in
I
the
don't
midst of
know.
hands in your face and all that.
I don't know if he's just not confident enough in his pocket presence and his ability to just say, "I don't need to run," or I don't know.
Problem with guys like that is, as unpredictable as they are, they become predictable, so they're easy to plan for.
What did I tell you at draft night or during the draft when this boy got, or after he got drafted? Jalen Hurts would be the best young quarterback to come out of this year's draft, right or wrong.
You did say that.
And in my opinion, he's still holding true. I think that when it all comes to said and done in about 10 years, we're going to look back, and this is including the last 3 years of quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts would be the best out of all of them.
It's to be determined.
Exactly. But that's just my opinion. I think the Bengals got it wrong. I think they should have went with Hurts number one over Burrow if it was me. I just think he fits today's game a lot better than anybody else I've seen in a while. Because he proved last year at Oklahoma that he didn't need to run to put up numbers. I think Alabama got too stuck on Tua. I don't think Tua is that great of a quarterback. I think he's going to end up being a bust. I think he's going to get hurt again, and people are going to see that he just wasn't built for the NFL game.
Plus, he's a southpaw.
Yeah,
And
lefties do have a hard time getting there,
in
man.
this league, in the NFL, they definitely have trouble.
Like, and that's like Sam Darnold, in my opinion, is probably the biggest disappointment. Only because he holds all the tools to be a great quarterback. It's just he's lacking something here.
Maybe he lacks that desire. He wants to play professional football, but maybe just don't think he's
It's
good enough,
something.
so he lacks that drive to want to be the best. Because he
Nah,
listens to critics and shit.
in
Because
my
if
opinion,
you're a professional athlete, you're under the spotlight whether you want to be or not.
everything I don't like about Sam Darnold is from his college days, when he didn't have all the critics hating on him and everybody was praising on him and everybody was saying he's the greatest. Like, it's little things. Like, I noticed in, like, when he played for USC, right? The couple years that he was the starting quarterback, he led college football in interceptions inside the red zone. All right. Now, that, for a person that's supposed to be viewed as a franchise quarterback, you should not be leading the league in interceptions in the fucking red zone. That should be the one time that you don't throw interceptions, because
Right.
everything is smaller for you. Yes, smaller windows, quicker patterns, but you only have there's clear decisions. You know what I'm saying? Either you see that he's open or he's not. And if he's not open, fucking take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's just something in his brain that like he always has those 4 or 5 passes in every game to where it's like, bro, what were you thinking? The guy was double covered and running through the fucking flat, and you just fucking toss it to him like he had fucking 50 yards of green grass in front of him. What were you thinking? What are you looking at? Do you need glasses? Did you think that was 2 of our players and 1 of theirs, and you thought, oh, we got the numbers? You're like, don't tell me he's another Vinny Testaverde. We're going to find out in 20 years that he's colorblind.
Vinny!
Like, that's got to be some kind of Jets anomaly, man.
I don't know. I've never really been a Jets fan. I'm a Bills fan. Shout out Bills Mafia. We love y'all.
I'm just a football fan.
Let's go Bills. I'm going to talk about them every time. We start talking about football. You know what's coming out.
I'm going to talk about football every time.
I'll talk about the Bills.
I'm a little worried, man. I really hope they don't start Haskins this weekend.
Well, all I know is we're going to go to New England, and we're going to set some records.
Fucking lose.
We're going to set some records, and we're going to make a statement establishing our dominance now and in the future.
Bro, come on. This is Bill Belichick. You already know he's done cheated against you guys the first time and figured out exactly what everything you guys are going to do. He knows all your play calls, all your cadences, all your hand signals. He's recorded everything. All right? And he's going to use it all in this game as the ultimate, I just want to fuck up the Bills. All right, you guys won it. So if I make you guys lose another game, it just helps out Miami. So then don't you guys play Miami next week?
Yeah.
Final week of the season. And if Miami wins it, don't they win the East?
No.
They're 3 games behind you?
No, 2.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we're going to – as it looks right now, right, we're 2 up on Miami.
Exactly. So when you guys lose this weekend, and didn't they win today? Did Miami win today?
I have no idea. I haven't watched SportsCenter yet today. Going around trying to find
El Fuego, por favor.
Fuego? Sí.
El Fuego.
Sí. Amigo. Fuego? There you go. Gracias.
Sí, señor.
If there's anybody, I know we've said it before, but anybody have any stuff they'd like to talk about, don't forget it, hit the like button, throw down a comment. Even if you want to go, God, man, you guys this is the weirdest shit that I've ever watched, but I just can't stop watching. That's okay too. Just throw out a what's up even, just let us know if you wouldn't mind, because we love y'all, and that's why we're doing this for ourselves, but all at the same time we're doing it for y'all, because why listen to the news every day? The news is depressing. I don't think we're depressing. We're just talking about random shit like we would any other day.
I mean, we're weird for sure, but not depressing.
I'm a lot weird, but that's okay. That's what makes me unique. So, Joe, what's your favorite sandwich?
Hot or cold?
The other day you asked me, but you never told me yours.
Hot or cold?
Hot. The best hot sandwich.
Favorite hot sandwich? Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
With American cheese, no mushrooms.
But that's not really a sandwich. It's a sub. ish, kind of.
Bitch, a sub is a sandwich. Just like a hot dog is a sandwich.
No, it's not.
You put a fucking hot dog inside of a bun, don't you? It is surrounded by two pieces of bread and you put condiments around that. It is a fucking sandwich. Hot dog is a sandwich.
But you can't put a hot dog, or you can't put a sandwich in a fireplace, or in a fire or a campfire.
Why can't
You
you?
can but you can put a hot dog in a campfire.
Why can't you? You wrap it in aluminum foil and you stick it in.
Okay, let's go camping, and you make me a fucking sandwich using the campfire, Joe.
Got you.
Let's see it.
Got you.
And if you can, and it's successful and it's edible, I'll fucking eat it.
It will be because I'm going to wrap it in tinfoil. I'm going to get the fire going nice and good, break off a couple pieces of coal, pull it out of the fire a little bit, and set the tinfoil on the fire. Bam. Grilled cheese sandwich, baby.
So what's your favorite cold sandwich then?
There is only one cold sandwich. Peanut
What's
butter
that?
and jelly.
Yes, sir.
Any other sandwich
will-
cold is not acceptable.
I will agree with you with that 100% all day. Peanut butter and jelly is the greatest cold sandwich ever created. Whoever
All right.
these people were fucking geniuses, okay? The person who accidentally was like, hey, you know what? This peanut butter is really good. It's so good, but I feel like I'm going to choke every time I eat it. I need something to help kind of smooth it out. So they started just grabbing random stuff from. They're like, try this, try that, and then they smashed some grapes, and they slapped some grapes and grapes and peanut butter. This is good, and they ate it, and everybody liked it. I don't know. It's an amazing thing, though. I think peanut butter jelly is hands down the greatest cold sandwich ever created. But my favorite sandwich, hot sandwich, is definitely a Reuben. All day. Oh man, there's nothing out there that beats a Reuben. Just saying. You like your Reubens? You like sauerkraut?
I like sauerkraut, but I don't like corned beef.
It's an acquired taste.
I mean, Eli
Man.
loves it, man. Eli will sit there, eat a whole can of hash, and then want more.
Right.
The baby eats it, but the baby eats everything. Lily, man, that boy's like Alina. Alina eats everything too. That girl's never met a sandwich that she doesn't like.
Because sandwiches are great.
Yeah, Eli does not. On the other hand, he's not a big sandwich person.
I am
Like,
a former
he does not-
sandwich artist myself.
Yeah, me too. Are you loving it? I worked at
Excuse
McDonald's because I worked at McDonald's. Their catchphrase, "But are you loving
No,
it?" I'm loving it.
Oh, I was talking about Subway.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't work at Subway. I worked at McDonald's.
At Subway. Shout out.
Can I be honest?
Delicious sandwiches.
I don't like Subway.
I'd rather you be honest. I'd rather you always be.
I don't like Subway. I don't like their bread. I don't like their meat.
I really like it. I really
all
like their
seems
food
fake.
when I make it.
I feel the same way about McDonald's and the McRib. The McRib was so much better when I worked there because I could take the onions and spray them down with the butter that they had and throw them on the grill and press them and get them all nice and caramelized and then throw them over the McRib and line up the pickles. Ooh, that was fire. But the way they do it with the raw onions, it just don't hit the same.
The McRib is a huge, in my opinion, it's a huge disappointment from the McRib of yesteryear. It's been, I had one a couple weeks ago. I hadn't had one in years because they just don't come around this way.
They're not the
And,
same anymore.
Oh my God. Not only did it give me a bellyache, but it was just not the same. It was awful.
Yeah, it's not the same. Like honestly, I think that the little
So
ribs that you get in the banquet TV dinners are better than the McRibs this time around.
I would like to just think that I've evolved as a person and have higher standards of what I call food.
Yeah, me too. Because like
That's it.
like honestly, like the chicken from McDonald's, it's not the same chicken from when I worked there, man. Because when I left McDonald's, they had changed it over to whoever they use now. I think it might be like Tyson or something. But it's just not the same. Like that, I think that's why they got rid of their grilled chicken because people were like, this shit don't taste good. Like it's smaller than what it used to be. Like when you cooked it, you didn't even cook it with like, because the first time like it came in frozen, right? And it was already pre-seasoned and everything. So you'd spray the thing down with butter, throw the chicken on there, throw a top over, and then they had this little thing with water on the top of the top for water on the top. You could fill up, and it would slowly release the water in enough time that it would cook the chicken. So, and then when they switched it over, it was just literally you just threw it on there with the butter, no water, and just let it cook. Like it was just like, yeah, I can understand. Like it didn't. I don't know, man. It just didn't taste the same anymore. Like it didn't get like that tender juiciness that the old grilled chicken used to get.
All right, I got a
All
question
that
for
shit
you.
is all fake and processed nowadays.
I got a question for you. If you were to work as part of a traveling circus, what would you do and why?
Oh, that is a good question.
Me, I already got this one down.
All right,
Easy.
you go first because I need some time to think.
Me, I'm the fucking tiger trainer. That's what I do for the circus. I train the tigers, and I have this awesome bond with a whole bunch of tigers, and we just hang out for a show, and they don't know the difference.
Lobster boy,
Lobster boy?
lobster boy.
What the hell's lobster boy?
They take and they super glue lobster hands to my hands, and I'm lobster boy.
Okay.
I was born that way. It's like some genetic disease or something.
Hmm.
They can even paint me all red and shit.
That'd be
Lobster
cool.
boy. I've seen
Would
it
you
in
talk?
American Horror Story.
Would you talk like what was his name
No, I cannot talk like the crab from
from
um
SpongeBob?
oh, Mr. Krabs. No, I can't talk like
No,
Mr.
no, no,
Krabs.
no, 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 not Mr. Krabs. The buff one.
I don't even know that guy's name, but no, I can't talk. What was his name?
Larry the
Bruno?
Lobster.
Larry the
Larry the
Lobster.
Lobster. Yeah.
No, I can't talk like Larry. I don't even know what that voice sounds like.
Whatever it sounds like, that would be it for Lobster Boy.
Oh, you can't do it?
Oh, I've never tried. Larry, he's kind of got like that deep voice, like, I don't know, SpongeBob.
Oh man.
Perhaps you should put that down. Nah, see, I don't know. I've never tried to do an impression of Larry the Lobster.
Yeah, I never watched a lot of SpongeBob.
I watched enough that to what I need to know that Patrick is the best.
To be honest with you, I don't. It was one of those shows that I didn't really let my kids watch. And Dora the Explorer. When I found out that the creator of Dora the Explorer said that she did not want people of other races watching her show, that she made it for Hispanic people only. I'm like, well, shit.
Dora
I
the
won't watch it then.
Explorer.
You don't want me to watch it? I won't watch it. That's fine.
Dora.
I fucking
Grab
didn't
your
like your
backpacks.
dumbass backpack anyways.
Jump in.
Fucking
Vamonos.
talking map bullshit. Stealing shit.
Swipe
from
or no
Mickey Mouse.
swiping. Swipe or no swiping. Oh man.
Yeah, because that's a great lesson to teach our kids. When you're about to get robbed, just tell them, "Do not rob me," and he's gonna
No
stop.
swiper.
After you
Swiper. No swiping.
exactly. Just say no, and they stop. That's what we teach our kids.
You hold
No.
your hand up. No. Stop. You will not steal from me today, swiper.
Here's a weird viewpoint. Like I kind of think that way in the superhero comics and shit. They make it seem all right to be a victim because there's going to be someone there to save you one day. Get what I'm saying? Like,
But it's relatable to so many people because sometimes in life they have been a victim and all they've wanted was somebody to save them. And that is their depiction of this person and they're saving them.
but maybe the acceptance of the situation was what makes it so bad. Having, like, I don't know. I don't see how people can say, yeah, yep, this happened to me. It's all right. Fuck that. It ain't all right. That shit ain't never gonna be all right. I don't know.
But
There's always just there's certain people that when I see you, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like Bob the Builder, he can get it.
Oh, Yo Gabba Gabba. All of those fucking. Oh my
I
god.
don't even know what they were. Were they frogs?
They were just random. They're monsters, kind of. Robot.
Oh no, I was thinking of Gullah Gullah Island for some reason. Don't they got like a weird frog person on that?
Whoever created that show.
Gullah 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 Island.
No, I'm talking about Gabba Gabba. Whoever created that show,
Oh, they were on
you should
acid.
all kindly do yourselves a favor and accidentally fall downstairs.
I feel that way about the Wiggles.
See, that was
There's something
before.
wrong with the Wiggles, man. And the Teletubbies. There's
Well,
always something.
don't get me going on them.
There was something funny about fucking Teletubbies, man.
It was weird.
Maybe that's why there's so many, people nowadays.
They're all like, "I'm the purple one."
Oh, we can't say that. All right, we're gonna get, yelled at. We're not being nice to people's feelings.
Don't be that way.
That's not the place for you. This is not the place for you if you feel like that. You can leave a fucked up comment in the comment section. Like, I got no bad feelings towards anybody. Live your life the way you are, but I'm just saying maybe Teletubbies is the way that you feel that it's a reason why you feel it's okay. That's why the name of this channel is Safety Meeting, because we feel safe.
Very safe right now. On a 0 to 100, I'd about an 85.
Yo, did you see that they admitted that they have no idea what's going to happen long term with the coronavirus vaccine?
Of course they don't. Why would they know? How could they know?
Like, they have no idea if the effects will wear off and then create even more disease. They just don't really know. But, they know what happens short term.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. Because, like, unlike any other vaccine that's ever been created, right? Because all these other vaccines are created using, live strands of the virus. They use it in small amounts to give your body the ability to fight it off. They use like a strand that it's live, but it's not contagious. You know what I'm saying? So your body still recognizes it and creates the antibodies to defeat them. So that's how most of them work. But they made the new one off this new strand. It's like some MRDH or it was some weird letters. And just the way that the people were describing it, it just 100% seemed like a setup. Like it's this thing that comes inside you. It goes that when they inject it, it mimics the virus to make your bodies to release the proteins that it needs to defeat it. Like, it just doesn't seem like it's gonna fucking work. It's something you just invented, it's some new shit, and you're just gonna go on a trial basis. See if this works.
Man, there's so much I could say about the vaccine, but all of it would sound negative.
That's okay. This is a safe place for it, man. This is where we're supposed to get all that shit off our feelings. Maybe that's the thing that makes us pop. Maybe that's the thing that says, yo, these guys, man, they don't care. They just speak. They're like Alex
So,
Jones, but not kicked off of everything yet.
like, I understand
I'll bang on tables,
that
people.
I understand that, like, there there's got to be a cure for it, right? But all right, so think of it this way, okay? So it's been proven that 93% of human beings are born and have the herpes inside their systems. There's two types, and they have it their
Yep.
whole lives and they don't know it. Okay, but there's also been another stat showing that, and I wish I could quote it at the moment. Just currently in this state of mind, I can't. But okay, so with that being said, you go your whole life and you could get into your 30s, your 40s, or you could be a teenager, and any sort of herpes that could be embedded into your DNAs and part of you could surface, like how people are developing psoriasis or eczema or all these different things that they didn't have their whole lives. Like, for example, I have psoriasis. I get it sometimes on my hands and my elbows, right? It's something I didn't grow up with. I never had it, and then I turned 30 into my third. Well, I kind of feel like I'm getting off. Okay, so but anyway, so you have this herpes virus. Now they say that we have the antibodies inside of us, the human DNA, where there's a particular strand in our DNA that says we have a history. Like we already have the coronavirus as part of our blood. Okay, so holding on to that exact thought, all right? So now we're running into a series of incidents where people are going and they feel like just for the safety of others, they're going to get tested. So there's all these tests, millions of tests, just nonstop testing. They don't stop testing. And if you don't even have the virus, if you have now, I know the virus is real, okay, but if you don't have it, you could still have a test positive. You know, like it's in your system somehow. Okay, so what if we've always had it, and that's why you get so many false positives, which helps make the data much higher than what it's supposed to be. What if you're one person? Okay, what if you're one person? Since we're all statistics, so you're one person. You have your own statistics. You have your vital signs, your blood type, your entire medical history. Okay, now because it never existed, it could be a part. It's in your pathogens. You know, it could be embedded into your antigens. You know, in deep rooted into your DNA and your stems. So okay, so you have all these people with these false positives, and you have all these people that have to go quarantine and do their shit because they're required to do their part to help stop it. Okay, what if it's something that they knew the whole time before China released the coronavirus upon the world? What if it was something that they knew, okay, and it was like a failsafe because it was like a quirk in life that we all carry the same pathogen. It's embedded into us. And for some, it's in stronger, and others, it's not so much. It's just a small trace. But even just the trace shows up on a test. So you have all these people that, according to their test, have it, but they're not. Now, I know there are plenty of people who do contract the virus and they don't experience symptoms, and there are others where it's fatal. I get that. It's all how it's structured into our DNA. So when they released it, they knew it was something that would gain worldwide attention because it was a genetic trait carried through all human beings, which made so when they create their vaccination, it's guaranteed because now it's world renowned and it's in desperate need because it's world renowned. So therefore, it makes the agenda even easier to apply because statistically, everybody's fucking sick. Now, I have not been to the doctors, okay? I haven't been for one coronavirus test. I haven't been swabbed. I haven't had a scare. I haven't put myself in a position to be exposed to anybody. And I'm not doing anything different than I normally would. That's just how I live my life. But I guarantee you, If I were to go get a test tomorrow, something on that test would say somehow I have the coronavirus inside me.
Not necessarily. I've had a couple of them.
I have that feeling that it would. Okay.
I had that one too until I actually had the test, and it came back negative.
You have
Now,
been tested.
yeah, and it came back negative. That's why I don't feel like that. Cause like I'm with you on the whole. It's something that's in our DNA. I think I don't know if you remember this, but when this all first originally happened, I had just watched a documentary on something about how everything that I mean emits into the atmosphere goes up into the skies and then it settles at the poles. All right, and it gets frozen underneath the ice and where it's preserved, right? So let's say that the coronavirus is something that wiped out an ancient civilization. You know what I mean? So it's a pathogen that's already in everybody that survived that civilization. It's embedded in their DNA. And it would stay in everybody's DNA because that's just how DNA works. It would just stay somewhere in that strand,
Right.
more
It's a
likely.
physical, it's a molecular code of your body and everything that makes it work.
Now, so all this shit, it goes up into the air, it settles at the poles, gets frozen underneath miles of ice at this point, right? And then, global warming starts to happen, and the poles start to slowly recede and start to melt. That's science. We all know what's actually happening. You can see, you know what I mean, the melting of the ice. You can, it's evidence. It's there. It's happening. So it comes down and releases the layer of where these pathogens are finally laying that are still live and active that have just been, preserved because they were frozen. But at a molecular level, they were still alive. You get what I'm saying?
Right. They're just dormant.
Yeah. So they get released back into the air once again, creating another fucking outbreak. And it just happened to start in China. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just blame China. I mean, I'm not saying I'm just not.
The coronavirus that is COVID-19 is a man-made virus.
Now, let's say it's only a man-made virus because they knew about the original virus.
Right. Why do you think it's called COVID-19? Where's COVID 1 through 18?
They say it's COVID-19 because that's the year it happened in. Let's talk about the fact that any other virus that happens, the Ebola, MERS, SARS,
Tuberculosis.
you know what I mean? Well, not tuberculosis because that's the type that's where in the body it bothered. But all these other viruses, when they happen, they're named after the place that the outbreak originated. Why wasn't it called the Wuhan virus?
So it's from Corona?
No, but I'm saying, why wasn't it called the Wuhan virus? Or why wasn't it called the fucking China virus? Or, you know what I'm saying? It was fine
Maybe
to
they
call
named
it.
it over a round of Coronas.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying, like, why?
Trump called it the China virus.
Yeah, and it was a bad thing, but he was being accurate. That's what normally you would call it. Like, it's not. Yeah, it's politically not correct, I guess, but that's just how you would fucking work it. It was fine to call the SARS virus the SARS virus.
It's just a big, I don't know, man. There's just so many lies and so many cover-ups. And unfortunately, we live in an age of technology, and we have access, and we're able to form our own assumptions. And I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good for the people. I don't think it's good for the people who think that they're in charge.
I don't know, man. I think technology actually has its downfalls for people. Makes people very lazy. I think we talked about this. I don't remember if it was on this
Yeah.
podcast or if it was just in person. But it makes people lazy. Einstein said it. It was going to get people to a point to where you just started to become dumber. You don't learn how to spell words nowadays. You just fucking speak it into your phone. You just, you Google facts and then you let it go because you can just re-Google it tomorrow.
They got machines that fold your laundry. They got machines to wash your dishes and your clothes. Machines to wash your car.
Yeah,
Machines to
you ain't got to do
you got a
nothing
machine
yourself.
for everything.
You ain't got to do nothing yourself nowadays.
Machines to clean your rugs. You have a machine for everything.
Little Roombas.
No, a vacuum cleaner is a machine, Joe. Just
Oh,
a
yeah, I
regular
know.
vacuum cleaner.
I get that, but I was more talking about robotic machines. Roombas do it for you.
Roombas are fucking lazy, man. A
Like
$300 piece of shit that doesn't even work that good.
at least with a vacuum cleaner, you got to actually, walk around and push it around. Because otherwise, we would all have to have, rugs that you could lift up and take outside every day to fucking beat off. Non-sexually.
What's so hard about vacuuming, though?
I mean, nothing really, just to get up and walking around part.
Nothing.
For a lot of
There's
people,
nothing hard about it.
Listen, for a lot of people, there's fuck you, man. You remember those fucking old ass, what were they, Oric vacuums back in the 80s that fucking weighed like 100 pounds? Push one of those around for fucking an hour.
Yeah.
Your arm is sore.
I'm not buying it, Joe. I'm not buying it. It's nothing hard about vacuuming.
Listen, back in our day, we had
Now I understand.
We had
Okay,
to
now
walk
listen.
to school
Now
both
hear me
ways
out.
uphill
Here would be the
in the snowstorm, carrying milk like this in our hands.
So say you're like you're retired, you're your 70s, you live by yourself, you literally get around in a wheelchair. Well, okay, I can see having something like Roomba would come in handy for you rather than pay a cleaner or something like that. But like other than that, it's just an easy thing. Washing dishes is an easy thing. But we have a machine for it now, and everybody's getting so accustomed to a machine.
Unless you're 11.
No, the machine does a shitty job. Machine does a shitty job.
Oh,
it really
fucking
does.
Of course
and if you want it to work right, you still got to fucking pre-wash it so it can regular wash.
Yep.
Tell me that makes sense.
It doesn't.
Doesn't make no sense. Okay, a machine to fold your laundry. Okay, now I get it. We've all experienced it. When you got loads and loads of laundry to do.
Wait, hold on.
What the fuck? You're literally standing there folding laundry for 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
There's really a machine that folds your laundry? You're not fucking with me?
Yes, I swear to God. I am not fucking with you. It's a machine that looks about the size of a front load washer. And it's got this little panel that pulls out. And you take your shirt out and you go like this. And you set it on the machine. And it takes it and it goes inside and it has these arms and it does everything it needs and it folds it and it drops it out of the bottom. And you collect your folded shirt, towels, pants, underwear, socks.
I got one that tops that about how lazy technology really has made us. I can go online. Well, anybody can really go online and do this. And I can buy a replica of any person. All right. Make it look like anything I want to. All right. Shit. Look, feel, touch, all of that. Just like a real person. You can even make it so that it'll like make noises and shit. Learn like key phrases.
You're talking about a sex doll, Joe?
Yeah. That's how lazy this world is. You can go and buy a fucking person to have sex with. And then just shut them off and not have to talk to them the rest of the night.
Right.
That's laziness.
Just kick them off the bed.
Exactly. Just like
no, that's no. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not laziness, Joe. That's some sort of sick perversion. And you have no if you have no chance to ever have sex with a female or a male or whatever in your lifetime, and that seems like the only alternative. Then
hold on. So you're saying you'd have sex with an animal? Because you said you kind of paused with whatever, like you had an animal in mind, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, I'd sleep with a goat. You know, if I couldn't get a guy or a woman, goat's best option.
It'd have to be a mountain goat.
It'd have to be a mountain goat.
Yeah, it'd have to be. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about sex dolls. I don't
Platypus.
think they're just stupid because it's just the intimacy that comes with having sex, the communication, the real feel, the temperatures, the
Apparently, to I mean, you can
that's
get all of
something that
that.
you can't replicate
Technology,
with
bro.
a fucking blow up doll or a realistic doll.
These aren't
You
blow
can
up
you
dolls,
do
man.
it,
These
and
aren't
you're
blow up dolls.
sad if you think it's acceptable.
I didn't say it was acceptable. I'm
I'm
just
not
saying
saying
you can buy
you.
it.
I'm just saying in general. It's
Well,
fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird.
it is weird. That's the
Go home
point.
and rub one off. Do whatever you got to do to survive, but you don't need to go have sex with artificial human beings. Okay, it's just weird.
You know
It's
what
just
else is
weird.
weird? It's the 20th century, right? You're 21st
21st.
century. 21st century. We got free porn on the internet, and then there's still guys out here that's paying people for OnlyFans or fans only, whatever it's called.
Right.
Why? I could go on the internet and see a hot chick for free. Why am I going to pay the ugly bitch down the street $10 to see her titties?
Right. Right. I feel you. I feel you.
Like, it don't make no sense.
I feel you. 100. There's a lot. Yeah. Technology.
Got you stuck on that one.
Technology. It fucks us all. It's such a good thing, but it's being used the wrong way.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's a gift that people are 100% abusing. Like,
Yeah. It's another good machine. Now I understand its purpose, and I have one actually. I'm looking at two of them, but snow blowers. Okay. Now snow blowers or snow throwers, depending on where you're from.
shovel your
I think
goddamn driveway. Stop being a pussy.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
Uh,
unless you're an old man who's tired and can't move well, you got some type of disability, something. Just shovel your goddamn driveway, or be a nice neighbor and just do everyone's fucking driveway when can't no one else get out. Don't be that dick that comes and stops right in front of your driveway and just looks and goes, "Really snowed out bad today, didn't it?"
Pretty shitty, eh?
Yeah.
Man. No, I'm one of those guys.
The
If I
news said
use
we're gonna get
myself,
about another 4 feet, eh?
I'm one of those guys as a neighbor. Like if I am out snow blowing, I'll hit the whole. I'll get my driveway. I'll get my neighbor's driveway. I'll get the dude across the street's driveway.
Yo,
I'll hit the whole block. You know what I mean? Like
I'm that
I'm that kind
guy.
of guy.
I'm that guy that sits in the living room and I'd be
Watches
sitting
me
there.
do it.
No, no. This isn't even about shoveling you out, man. This is about you. People get stuck going down the driveway, going down the street, right? Because I live in a bad side of town, so they try not to plow you out, so that way no one goes anywhere. Keep them inside. It's a great strategy. It doesn't work. So you're sitting there driving down the street. I sit here in the house hearing you fucking kill your car for 10 minutes. I go outside and help you.
Yo, wait a minute. Hold up, though. Right? Not to defend your neighborhood because it is a pretty shady area, but if the fucking snowplow could get down the road, I'm sure it would be plowed. You got
No,
people park up and down that bitch all the way down.
no, you're right. They will. They still get down there, but they won't. They don't plow nowhere around here. That's the point.
I'm
The
saying
only
that they
thing they'll
probably
plow
would more
is
often
the
if there
main
was a
street.
road.
The only thing they'll plow is the main roads, the two main roads. That's it. And they'll leave everything else until it stops snowing completely.
They're calling for more snow.
I mean, we really ain't got nothing right now. It ain't
Obviously, where I
it ain't
am
like-
at YouTubers, obviously where I am is cold because you always see me in a winter hat and a winter coat for every podcast.
I mean, it's cold where I'm at too.
Better weather comes, you'll see green grass, and I forgot where I was going with that.
So, if you want to see us start OnlyFans, where we start, OnlyFans where we do house chores, shirtless, dad bods going. It's not gonna happen. Pat doesn't want to do it, but I'm just saying. I think that'd be pretty comical, and I think we could get at least everyone to pay $1 a piece.
Right? Or just like a video of me out in my yard mowing the lawn with a pair of Daisy Dukes on.
Exactly. That's
Get
what
a
I'm
pair of
talking about.
Daisy Dukes and a
Yeah,
fanny
like
pack.
that.
Oh yeah. With one of those homemade tank tops.
Here's something that bothers me. All right. Fanny packs in general bother me. Men should not wear fanny packs. But another thing that bothers me, they do not go over your chest. You don't look cool. They're just stupid.
It's purse at that point.
Exactly. You have a man purse.
That's what it is. The man purses are a thing. People like them.
That's where I was messed up.
My man purse hangs in my back pocket. It's
Well,
black.
honestly, when I'm out in public, I put it in my front pocket. It's a lot harder to pickpocket someone from their front pocket than it is their back pocket.
I do that in public places too, like the fair or something like that.
Anywhere I go in public, it's so, for some reason when I'm in the car, it's in my back pocket. But as soon as I get out of the car and I get ready to go into the store, I put it in my front pocket.
Because of the stupid people.
Exactly.
There's too many stupid people. What should we call this segment tonight, Joe?
Oh God,
We didn't really have a focus on it. Just like a topic. Just
I was
bounce around
thinking-
a little bit.
I was thinking maybe
Just episode 4.
when Mars attacks. The coming of age. And
Is
then
it diarrhea or is it mud butt?
what?
What?
Did
What'd you
just-
say?
It sounded like you said, is it a diary or is it mud butt?
Is it diarrhea or is it mud butt?
Neither one. We should
I have
call
no
it.
idea what that just meant.
Me neither. How about clap? Have you ever had it? Oh.
Or clap, the new herpes.
Oh man.
That would not be a good title for an episode.
No. The smoke continues.
Wu-Tang.
Ain't nothing to fuck with. Sorry.
I have this thing with me where I have trigger words. Sometimes people say a certain word. I have to sing a song that is associated with it. And believe me, there's
it back
a
to a
lot
topic.
up there.
Bring it back to a topic from a past episode. Because I'm curious now. What's your safe word?
I already said it. It's, whoa, big guy. Or easy, big fella. I don't really know. I don't know what I mean, I understand the concept of what a safe word would be used for. But, I mean, I always thought if there was like a certain point, there's like, like if you're in a wrestling match, you tap out. Just a quick tap. All right. You know what I mean? You got to move a little bit. Tap. No.
That only works when you're choking them.
Exactly. What if they're into choking? That's where I think the concept of a safe word comes in. To know if you're getting to a certain point, like, oh my god, I feel like I'm about to die. So pineapple juice. And they're like, pineapple juice? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. Almost. It doesn't make sense. What would a safe word be? Like, what is its purpose? What is its purpose? People at home, can you tell us what is the purpose of a safe word?
And what is your
Is that
safe
when
word?
you're at the? What is your safe word? I just told you. And you called me a bad name.
Not you, Patrick. You.
You did though.
What is
We're gonna
your
watch it.
you right there? You. What's your safe word?
America. I like to scream America.
Honestly, I kind of hope we have some international viewers. That'd be dope.
It just randomly pops up on a guy's fucking feed in like Newfoundland.
Exactly. There's got to
like-
be a way for me to do that, right?
Yeah, pay a lot of money for your advertising.
No, I'm pretty sure there's got to be some foreign site I can post it on. I can say I'm from that country.
I don't know. As always, if you guys
Oh, there's Snapchat. I
mind.
can just find it.
you just go ahead and reach in the corner of the screen there. Look at the big thumbs up. Just give it a one time, and then go over to the subscribe. How do you fucking say it? Subscribe button over here in the corner, and you'll whack it one time like that. And then there's the little bell for notifications. You just fucking hit that one too. The next thing you know, we're having a safety meeting every other fucking day.
That was pretty cool. I don't do voices, people. No voices.
I started Irish and ended in Scottish. So if there's any Irish or Scottish people who took offense
all
to
the
my interpretation,
It's all
working on
the
it.
same. It's all the same.
yeah,
It's all the same.
like Pepsi and Fago, it's not the same.
It's all the same. Cola is cola.
Coma?
Cola is cola. It's all pop at the end of the day.
Pop?
Pop.
What are you like 50? What the fuck? Who says pop? What the fuck?
Most of the United States, actually.
Yeah, my dad said it when I was a child.
Still
Don't
say
you go
it.
drinking all that pop, Patrick. You're gonna grow up fat. And I'm like, all right, Dad.
Yeah, that's not how my dad sounded, man.
Don't you go drinking that soda pop all day. I'll give you titties. You don't want them. My dad doesn't really talk with a Brooklyn accent. He does have a real deep voice, though.
Shoot, my dad was sitting there more like, "Hey, boy, don't go in there drinking that soda. That's how the devil gets you. You know that, right? Can't be drinking that caffeine now. That is
Yeah.
against the Lord's rules."
Y'all can't be drinking on that damn brown liquid now. Didn't you ain't learn nothing from Mass? Shit.
Nah, man,
Shoot.
Mormons are weird, man. You can't drink no caffeine. You can't drink hot shit. That's why I don't like coffee. Like the smell of coffee just makes me like. I don't drink tea. None of that. I don't drink hot chocolate.
Do you drink cold chocolate?
Chocolate milk? Hell yeah.
What about you, who?
No.
No, because nobody should drink that.
There's got to be whole milk with chocolate syrup. Like this much chocolate syrup. It's worth the stomach ache.
Cool.
Because me and milk don't mix.
Same.
But I think this has been fun, people.
Yeah.
The Great Awakening.
I feel safer.
Always.
Much safer.
Man,
So, what? What?
fucking
You're
beautiful. She's
checking out?
beautiful.
Oh,
She's
I thought you
beautiful.
were admiring my Bills logo on my hat.
No, I was just
It
seeing,
is.
just noticing how beautiful she is.
It is beautiful. It is a beautiful painting, though. Does she have a name?
I call her Patrice.
In Italian, my name is Patricio.
Think I need to change her name.
Or no, excuse me, it's not in Italian. That's in Spanish. In Italian, it's Pasquale.
My name in Spanish is Jose. Jose Cuervo.
Hey. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate you checking us out.
Peace out.
I hope you all have a good evening. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that sub. We appreciate the love. Stay safe. Be good. Be good to each other.